Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Thursday weather update. We're using some different maps today. We're tracking the wind and the rain thanks to our friends at predictwind.com. We've got access to these maps, so we thought, well, why don't we just use them a bit more in today's video? They're a little bit different, a little bit more colourful perhaps than some of the other ones we have. So we kick off with a wind map today, and this is an animated one in a moment, but what it's showing you is the winds across Thursday and Friday. And the wind speeds at the bottom here, 10, 20, 30. We're really interested in the 50, 60 area, that's gale force, with these red and orange colours. So as we animate the map now, you'll start to notice the movement as we go across Thursday and into Friday. Calm in the north here in the purple shading, that's the bottom of the scale. That's why we've seen so much fog. But as we head into Friday, look at these severe gales coming through and moving up the South Island and through into Cook Strait and the lower North Island as low pressure starts to move off and away from Tasmania. So windy weather is moving up the South Island for Friday, stays calm in the north. Fog patches are still expected, in fact, again tonight and going into Friday. So we've got some rain coming for Australia as that low pressure zone finally leaves the Australian area. And over the next day or two, we're still seeing a fair amount of rain falling through the ranges. In fact, the ones to the south still got another 70, 80 millimetres yet to come through, and then it will start to finally ease. Not very much though around places like Melbourne and smaller totals for Sydney as well. So this is the wind map, the wind and air pressure map for lunchtime Friday, thanks to predictwind.com. Similar to the other maps, but it doesn't show the highs and the lows with the letters. We might have to add those a bit later on. But you've got low pressure all down here and high pressure all up here. So in between the two, the big strong nor'westers that we just showed you, and the colours on this map show you the rain. So it is similar to the other maps. We still show you where the rainfall is. You can see that front clearing away from Australia and moving into New Zealand with heavy falls down here. So the heavy falls, that's where we kick off with our IBM Weather Watch rain maps. The next 48 hours showing some great totals here, over 200 to 250 millimetres for some of the tops of the mountains. And that heavy rain goes all the way up to Greymouth, Westport as well. The totals aren't so huge there, but 70 to 100 millimetres possible, maybe a little bit higher once you go further inland. But the worst of that rain around Franz Josef, Hokitika and southwards towards Fiordland. The good news is the areas that were flooded in the east recently and the north, they're not looking quite so wet. That's the 48 hours from lunchtime Friday. We've also got this wind map for Friday afternoon around 3 p.m. Those worst winds are down here around Fiordland and some parts of Southland, maybe towards Stewart Island as well. Pretty blustery and severe gales through Cook Strait later on. But notice how calm it is in the north. The wind not even really registering there, just a light breeze carrying on thanks to high pressure. So this weekend, where is that high pressure going in the north? Well, this is it here, moving further northwards. And now we've got those windy westerlies blowing through the North Island and colder southerlies about to come into the south. It's the colder southerlies that are probably the biggest headline really for the South Island for the next few days. It starts on Saturday, and on Sunday, high pressure down here kind of locks it in. And it keeps encouraging the southerly to come through. At the same time, in the Tasman Sea, we've got a low forming, a deep low. For those of you who watched our Climate Watch update out last week, at the start of this week, I should say, we were talking about that low forming in the second week of August, and now you can see it quite large. So with a high down here and a low to the north, that encourages easterlies, and they'll be windy through the southern Alps, as you can see on this map here. And with the southerlies coming in and showers around here, that could turn to snow to fairly lowish levels, a couple of hundred metres potentially as we start to get that colder southerly coming in. This is lunchtime Sunday, the temperature map. Down here is the temperatures. So New Zealand's mostly in the blue and purple zone. So that is showing you below zero when you wake up on Sunday, the colder temperatures through here and colder to the north as well. And it gets warmer the further north you go. By the way, nighttime over here in Australia first thing on Monday when our sun's just coming up, also showing quite cold weather. So as we go through next week, here is how we shape up on Monday itself. Low pressure deepens in the Tasman Sea as high pressure down here slides towards the Chatham Islands. That keeps those easterly winds going, but it keeps it cold still in the South Island. Your airflow is colder than the north because the North Island's got airflows coming out of the subtropics. And that's the reason why you're seeing that heavy rain showing back up again, heavy subtropical fueled rain from a low that's parked in the Tasman Sea, and the high further south pulling up air from the Southern Ocean and sliding that into Canterbury. So you mix those two together on Tuesday next week, rain plus cold air equals heavy snow up in the mountains. So you can see that heavy rain being pushed in by the easterly, sliding back down into Canterbury again. Worth keeping an eye on. Go to ruralweather.co.nz to get your rainfall totals, wind speeds, and we will also put the snow icon up when it's going to snow. Not just for a brief little snow flurry, but when it's properly going to snow, you'll see our snow icons showing up. It's all hyperlocal based on your postcode, so it's not just the nearest region that's got snow. So we'll keep a close eye on this one on Tuesday, and by Wednesday the low remains in the north, but you've still got that wintry southeasterly coming into the South Island with showers and snow flurries higher up. So quite a lot going on next week. And over in Australia, this is another big high in between the two, which also helps encourage the southerly on the New Zealand side. But the next low also moving in for South Australia, Victoria, Tasmania a bit later on. So we're in that active time of the year. It is the August month. This is still winter, even though it does feel or has felt like spring at times in parts of New Zealand lately. I don't think you'll be saying that by the time we get to the weekend or the middle of next week. That's all from me. We'll see you again on Friday with our next one.